Every generation dreams of independence, to live freely, to build without permission, to take care of one's own needs. But in the modern world, true self-reliance has become tangled in red tape. For preppers and off-grid families, the greatest obstacle isn't always nature, it's the paperwork. Across towns, counties, and countries, ordinary people are learning that to live free, you often need to ask first. This is Deca Facts, and today we're looking at 10 government permits that stop you from living off-grid and keep you dependent on the system, and why understanding them might be the key to staying truly independent. 10. Building permits. Every off-grid dream begins with a structure. A cabin, a shed, or a simple home in the woods. But in most places, even small builds require official permission. These laws decide what materials you can use, how large you can build, and sometimes even where you can live. The idea is safety, but many people think the reality is control. For many preppers, navigating these codes can mean the difference between freedom and fines. 9. Septic and waste disposal permits. When you're off-grid, you handle everything yourself, even waste. But many regions require approved systems that meet municipal standards, limiting composting toilets or gray water setups. These regulations are designed to protect groundwater, though they can also limit certain forms of independent or sustainable living. 8. Power and solar permits. Imagine setting up solar panels or a wind turbine on your own land, only to find out you need a permit just to collect energy. Some areas demand official inspections, licensed installations, or even proof that your system remains tied to the grid. It's a quiet reminder that even clean, renewable independence often comes with a stack of forms. 7. Livestock and animal keeping permits. For centuries, raising chickens, goats, or pigs was part of daily life. Today, local laws decide how many animals you can keep, or if you can keep them at all. Some places restrict livestock to certain property sizes or zoning types, meaning that even a family trying to feed themselves may be forced to give up their animals. 6. Food processing and cottage industry permits. Many preppers sell or share what they produce: canned goods, baked foods, dehydrated fruits. In most areas, these are allowed under cottage food laws, which generally let people sell small amounts of homemade goods without a permit. However, once someone exceeds those limits, by selling larger quantities, using restricted ingredients, or operating outside approved venues, a permit or inspection is required. These laws were created to protect consumers, but they can still make growth challenging for small homesteads. If you like the information being shared in this video, take a moment to subscribe to Deca Facts. We release new videos every week, diving into the laws, lessons, and histories that every prepper should know. Let's keep awareness and independence alive. 5. Agricultural production permits. For preppers who grow and sell crops, it's important to understand that agricultural production laws vary by region. Even small-scale or backyard growers may need licenses or inspections depending on what they produce and how it's sold. In some areas, additional restrictions apply to growing non-native or invasive plants, or to labeling products as organic or selling by weight. These rules were originally designed for large commercial farms, but they now extend into homesteads, making modern self-reliance a more regulated effort. 4. Land use and zoning permits. Perhaps the most underestimated barrier to living off-grid is zoning. Zoning laws decide whether land can host a cabin, a farm, or even an RV. A parcel marked residential can come with restrictions that limit common homesteading practices. Homeowners associations and local zoning rules often prohibit activities like keeping livestock, building alternative structures, or storing large water containers. Freedom starts with land, but zoning decides how you use it. 3. Fuel storage permits. Every prepared individual knows that backup fuel means security. But storing large amounts of propane, diesel, or gasoline often requires special permits. For those who rely on generators or bug-out vehicles, these regulations can limit readiness at the exact moment it's needed most. 2. Water well and groundwater permits. Drilling a well seems like the simplest way to be self-sufficient. But in many places, you can't just dig, you must apply, wait, and pay. Governments regulate how deep wells can go, how much water can be drawn, and even require monitoring systems. For preppers, that means water, the most vital resource of all, is still under someone else's authority. 1. Hunting on your own land still may require a license. Even if you own acres of woods or farmland, that doesn't always mean you have the freedom to hunt on it. In states like Michigan and New York, landowners are still required to hold a hunting license, even when taking game from their own property, and it doesn't stop there. In other states, you may not need a license to hunt on your own land, but you still have to follow strict hunting seasons, tag requirements, and bag limits. That means you can't simply hunt when food is scarce or when deer are raiding your crops, even if survival is your goal. For preppers who believe in living off their land, this rule highlights a strange contradiction. You can prepare for the worst, but the law may still decide when and how you're allowed to feed yourself. Every permit began as a promise to make life safer, cleaner, more predictable. But for those chasing independence, they've also become reminders that freedom requires knowledge. Understanding the rules doesn't mean surrendering to them. It means knowing how to live smartly within or around them. Because real preparedness isn't just about what you store or what you build. It's about staying aware, informed, and one step ahead of the system. This is Deca Facts, and if you value independence, awareness, and the lessons history keeps teaching, make sure you're subscribed. We post every week, uncovering how the past still shapes the freedom we fight to keep today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next countdown.